Yo, I finally got my predictions right for the box office predictions of this past weekend. If you guys have been following my Take One podcast, you'll see that I have been trying to get my top five guesses correct, and I finally did. I mean, given it's a no-brainer, but still in the same sense, I'm happy that I got it. But in any case, what's up, guys, and welcome to the 52nd edition of the Take One podcast. And I got just like a couple things to talk about today. I mean, this is going to fill up a whole show, of course. And so just to get on it, I'm going to talk about some Justice League stuff that's going to come out or whatever. Well, that did come out recently. And then I'm going to get to the box office results, my predictions and stuff like that. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the movies that's coming out this weekend. And, give them my thoughts and stuff. So, here we go. Without any further ado. So recently, some clips have dropped with the Justice League. Some of them, majority of them were extended clips of just stuff that we've already seen in the trailers. And two of them were, I guess you could, what was it? Yeah, I think two of them were just, stuff that we haven't seen before. Hold on. Yeah, actually, one of them was just one that we haven't really even seen before. And the other ones were more of, we seen a bit apart from here, or we seen most of it, but we didn't see like the whole entire thing. But I mean, it really wasn't anything too spectacular. But just to get into it, the video that I watched, this is the order that it came in, which is basically the first scene was the whole Alfred, I'll take it from here thing, where basically it starts off with Wonder Woman. She's like standing there and the parademons coming at her, and then basically from the back, and then you see Batman shoots out a grapple gun and pulls the parademon back and slams him up against the thing, and he just stands there, and then you see Cyborg flying down into a basically just this rubble. He's flying down into this machine, and so that's the part where he was like, "Don't worry, Alfred, I'll take it from here." And then Alfred was like, of course, saying like, "Do I know you?" And so he turns the machine upside down and he shoots the missiles at Steppenwolf, which we get our first full look at Steppenwolf in this scene. And just, I mean, we've heard his voice and stuff. We've seen him in other trailers, but it wasn't a full-on lingering shot. We see like a good, I'll say like 10 seconds of him in this. And so he shoots a missile. Actually, he shoots two of them out, and one of them is grabbed by Steppenwolf, who looks at it while it's still kind of like firing or whatever, but he's just like holding it like it's nothing. And then he looks at it and says, "Primitive beings." And then he ends up just letting it go, and it hits the side of the wall. And then you got Flash saying like, "What are we under?" And then Batman says, "Gotham Harbor." And which actually thinking about it, I'm about to get into where, I don't know, like, I got some stuff to say about it. It's negative, but just thinking about it right now, it kind of corresponds with the next scene. But in any case, it flies into the wall, and then it breaks open, and then all this water starts coming through, and they start running, and then you see Aquaman flying through, well, not flying through, but like swimming fast through the water, and then he jumps out in front of the water, get his Triton, bangs it up against the ground, and stops the water from going, and you can see that the water is like steady just coming, and he's like struggling trying to hold it back. But basically, more than likely, he's like holding it back to where they can get enough time to get up out of there, because Aquaman is Aquaman, Waterman. That's not going to affect him. He's just going to swim out. I mean, it's whatever. And basically, that was that scene, which was actually a pretty cool scene. I wish that they really would have kept, Steppenwolf, actually his whole design, and just the first look and, first introduction of him for the movie, or at least until the day of. I'd say they could have released this clip or released the trailer that had, or a TV spot, not really a full-on trailer, but a TV spot that had Steppenwolf full-on form in there, like the Friday it comes out. That's what they literally should have done. But in any case, we got this. Overall, I like the look of Steppenwolf. I have no problem with it. I love his voice. Even just when him speaking up in the last trailer, or was it the last trailer? The trailer where it starts off where he says that like it's no lanterns. There's no protectors, there's no lanterns, there's no Kryptonians. This world will fall. Like, his voice is actually pretty cool or whatever. And then his overall look actually just complements it. So I don't have a problem with it. So we go into the next clip, what I basically was talking about, which is the bat signal scene. We've seen this before where, they talking to Alfred. So it's Wonder Woman, Batman, and Flash, and then Cyborg ends up joining them or whatever. And I'm guessing this is one of the scenes where they did try to reach out to Cyborg, and he either told them no or he'll think about it or something. And this is the scene where he finally shows that he, is going to help them because of Wonder Woman's reaction, saying like, "Oh, you decided to come, or you made it," or whatever she said. I forget, but she, it was basically that. And so they basically, what I got from this was that this is the scene right before Gotham Harbor, like the first clip that I was just talking about, them fighting Steppenwolf and all that stuff, because they was looking at the thing that Jim Gordon was showing them, and a piece of paper, and Cyborg said that this is what this is, and Batman was like, "Oh, that's Gotham Harbor, it's a tunnel." And so if you seen the clip before, it took place in the tunnel, and it was under Gotham Harbor. So more than likely that scene was the scene before. Now, this is what I thought about when I was talking about the scene just a little bit. That just popped up. So Flash was there, Wonder Woman, Batman, and Cyborg, while getting this information that's where Steppenwolf is going to be, or whatever is going to happen is going to be in the tunnels under Gotham Harbor. So that fight happens, and Flash, in that scene, the first scene I was talking about where, doing the whole, "Don't worry, Alfred, I'll take it from here." He asks, "What are we under?" And then Batman says, "Gotham Harbor." Now, this is just my speculation. And that's not speculation, but just not knowing the content. But it seemed like this scene goes right before that scene. And if it does, it doesn't make any sense, for the simple fact that why would Flash ask, "What are we under?" And Batman has to say Gotham Harbor, when literally y'all just established that that's where y'all were going, in a tunnel that's under Gotham Harbor. This is one of the things that I'm kind of having trouble with, and I'm trying not to think too negative on it, because if you've heard my prior thoughts on Justice League leading into this, is like, I'm excited to see this movie. I'm going to go see this movie. I'm not hating on it at all. But in the same sense, I do realize that I don't know if Zack Snyder really pays attention to his continuity. And I say his continuity because a lot of things that he does in the movies aren't consistent with the later films, or he just doesn't fix certain problems or whatever. But one of the problems is that it's like I don't think that he follows through with certain things. And this is one of the things, is that if you have a scene like that that's prior to a major scene with Steppenwolf, the main villain, and y'all establish that y'all are going to Gotham Harbor, and yet the person that knows these things, that's there, like, listening to know where y'all going, has to ask, what are we under? It's like, maybe I'm finding it out of context. Maybe it's out of context. Maybe it's a reason why he didn't know. But in a sense, he should have known. He should have. And this is just me critiquing the trailer, or, not even the trailer, but the clips that came out. But to me, it just didn't coincide. Now, it probably could be different. That scene probably was taken out, but it just seemed like Zack Snyder wasn't really paying attention to what he was doing at that point. But also in that clip, one of the things that didn't make sense, that it seemed like it was just put in there for comedic effect. Now, it's a lot of times where certain things can be put in movies that's just for a certain, scene or certain moment of that movie, that when you think about it, it doesn't make any sense. It's just there for that comedic moment or that scare or whatever, but it just seemed like it was forced, if that's the right word I'm looking for. But it just seemed like, I ain't gonna say forced, but it just seemed like it was out of place when you actually think about it. Basically, like, let me get to what I'm saying. So in the scene we got from the trailers, and even from this scene, of course, where Gordon turns around after, like, Batman says that's Gotham Harbor or whatever, and then he turns back, he looks at Gotham Harbor, and then he turns back around, like, are you sure that, and then he realizes that Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Batman are all gone, but the Flash is still there. And then Flash says, oh, they really do just disappear like that. Oh, that's rude. And then he runs off himself. The thing that I have a problem with that scene is that the Flash, he thinks fast. He sees fast. I mean, not all the time, like everything like flying past him, but more than likely he's not about to miss Batman disappearing or Wonder Woman disappearing or, dipping off like that, because they are literally not faster than him. So I can see, like, him disappearing without them noticing him, but the other way around really doesn't make sense unless he just really wasn't paying attention. Maybe that's what they're gonna say, that happened, or they're gonna address it somehow, that he, like, just spazes out or whatever, and just, like, he doesn't know what the hell is going on at that moment. But just to take it from the context that was given to us, is that he didn't know that they left. How you don't know? You move faster than them. More than likely, if they move on, you gonna notice it. So that's one thing about, like, what I was just saying about Zack Snyder, is that he just, I don't know if he just doesn't pay attention to what the hell he does. But in any case, so yeah, the next two scenes are just, well, actually the next three scenes, I believe. Yeah, the next three scenes are, or four, gosh. Yeah, I think it's four scenes. Yeah, it's six of them. So the next four scenes are just the scenes that we've seen before. The next one was the whole Flash, him being scared of battle, and how when he says that he doesn't do battle. Like, it's good that they all do battle, but he usually just pushes people and run. And so basically, Batman's just trying to talk to him and talk him down or whatever, and, trying to get to him. He just tells him to save one. And he's like, save one? And then he's like, just save one person. And then he was like, just don't talk, don't fight, just get in, get out. And then he was like, and then what? And then he's like, he's like, what did he say? He was like, he said that, and Batman was like, and then you'll know, or whatever. And okay. So Flash, he was like, then what, or something like that. And then Batman was like, and then you'll know. And then that's the end of that scene, which really was nothing. It was just, I wish they would show, like, more of, like, a different scene, something that we haven't really seen before. But in any case, the next one is the extended bank scene with Wonder Woman. And it basically really doesn't show too much. I mean, it does. It just shows, like, one of the guys, like, setting off a bomb up in there, and then Wonder Woman moving as fast, just basically moving fast, kicking ass. Oh, that should be the Flash's slogan. That'd be a nice shirt, moving fast and kicking ass. Oh my gosh, what the fuck? that's dope. I like that. The Flash. It says the Flash, moving fast and kicking ass. Oh, I wonder if I could get that made. I wonder. Anyway, I'm gonna move on. But yeah, so she basically moves fast and kicks ass. And so she takes the briefcase with the bomb in it. It only has a few seconds left. She jumps up into, like, the room above, and then she tosses it up through the window that's above her, and it explodes in there or whatever. And I guess she jumps back down, and the guy asks, like, what are you? like I can't believe it. What are you, or something like that? And then she says, I'm a believer. And then she hits her 2 wristbands together and basically knocks him to oblivion. I don't believe that she killed him, but whatever. And so that's basically was the end of the scene. The next scene was the Aquaman scene where Bruce Wayne comes up to find Aquaman. And so it's just more of an extended scene of that where he says this stranger that comes in on the King's Tide and he brings food for the people, and that was last night. And so they say that like it's been icebergs and stuff in the water, and the ship hasn't been in or out for 4 months, and he said he doesn't come in on the ship. And so then Aquaman tells him to get out and all this stuff, and he was like, Batman was like, sure, just point me to Atlantis. And so he puts him up against the wall, and then he says, Arthur, also you're Arthur. He basically just like, you're Arthur Curry, the protector of the sea, the Aquaman. I hear you talk to fish. And that's basically the whole clip. Really wasn't nothing. And then we got the whole Flash scene. Now, I've talked to my brother about this, and I expressed to him, because this one goes along with the Zack Snyder thing of just like not really paying attention to what you're doing. Okay, so the next scene was the Flash. The whole thing where Bruce Wayne comes in and he talks to the Flash. And we've seen this before. I think, what was it, in the first, actually it was in the first, I guess you could say, teaser Justice League trailer, where Bruce Wayne is talking to the Flash or whatever, and he's trying to basically get him to admit, that he's the Flash, because he's looking for a new team. And Flash is like, I'll join in. And he's like, really? He's like, that easy? And he's like, I kind of need friends. So this scene, in a sense, doesn't make sense to me. It was a cool scene if you don't think about it, but when you think about it. So, I don't know, like, you can say that, this Bruce Wayne is different from, the comics or the TV show or whatever. Cool, whatever. Make up excuses that you want. So, Batman is the world's greatest detective. And he's a billionaire, multi-billionaire. He can find out anything if he wanted to. With his smarts, technology, and money, he literally has nothing out of reach. So when you think about it, he could have found Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, any superhero. He would have found them all by himself if he just tried. And for him to have to go break it to LexCorp and, try and, and find out this information, which I guess you could say that he kind of like stumbled onto it. But to have to go to Viola Davis to find out more about, not Viola, her character, Amanda Waller. To have to go to Amanda Waller to get the files on, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Flash and stuff like that. It's like, why do you need to go to these people? Why do you need to go to those lengths? You literally can't find this out all on your own. It's like, I don't know, because it seemed like Aquaman has been around. It seemed like Flash has been around. Probably not too long. But it's like, Flash obviously is making some type of noise. So for you not to hear about it, especially on the news, because more than likely there is some news. It's talking about, there's a metahuman. He's moving fast and kicking ass. It's like, how would you not know? And so, with that in mind, this scene, and this makes it more stupid. This makes it more out of place. So Batman goes and finds Barry. He knows that he has a power. He just doesn't know what he does. How in the fuck do you not know what he does? How? Now maybe this, you could probably be like, this is before he got the files from Viola Davis. Oh, not Viola Davis, but Amanda Waller. But how would he know to find him? That's the question. But if you remember, when up in BVS, when he found the security footage, when he was looking at it, he saw Barry Allen in the store, basically just getting the carton of milk or whatever, and then he goes run fast and then comes right back with the carton of milk or whatever he was holding still in the air, and that's how fast he was moving. Now, you can see it on the security footage. Like, you can't give me that, oh, well, he moved so fast that he didn't see him. He just saw him, this and that. Like, no. You see it on the security footage that he's moving fast. Like, you literally can see it. And, well, he's moving fast and kicking ass. That you can see it on the security camera. So, more than likely, Bruce Wayne, the character, saw it. How do you not know that he moves fast? You go to him and you tell him that you do something, I just don't know what. What? You got the information. You got the information from LexCorp. You got the information from Amanda Waller. More than likely, they have information on it. Even if, say, you didn't see it on the security camera. From the information that you got from Amanda Waller, it should state up in there that he's a metahuman who has super fast speed and all this stuff. What's the point of that end credit scene on Suicide Squad if you didn't read it? If you don't know about his power, even though you got the information, like it just that just bugs me. And it's crazy because I haven't even seen the movie yet. And I'm pointing out flaws about it. And if you hadn't noticed, it's all about Bruce Wayne and the Flash. Which I guess you could say is kind of weird. But in any case, I mean, damn, like, come on, be consistent with it, though. Be consistent. And it's, I don't know, like, I feel like they could have did a little bit better with that. Joss Whedon probably, he should, I don't know. It is what it is. I might end up watching this movie. Probably still have the same problem. I probably might end up loving this movie. Probably might just end up really, really loving this movie. But in any case, that's one thing that just kind of stood out to me is that he should be able to find all this stuff out about these people or these metahumans or whatever. Or as well as he should already know what the Flash does. And then it's like, if you don't know what he does, why would you throw a batarang at him? Why would you throw a batarang at him? Now, what if he wasn't fast? What if you actually killed his ass? Threw it at his head. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you don't know what he do, why would you throw it at him? I guess it was just to test him. But how would you know he would be quick enough to move out the way? Some heroes aren't that quick enough to move out the way. Some heroes probably have certain abilities to where, they're just regular people. It's just their abilities help them fight crime. If a person is, bulletproof, like, say, Luke Cage. But they don't need to know how to fight. All they need to do is just punch. Bam, you knock somebody out. You get hit in the head. It doesn't hurt. Some people don't have to know how to fight because their abilities is their weapon. Maybe it was something like that. But, it's just, I don't know. It is what it is. But, yeah, those are the scenes. I mean, it wasn't nothing too spectacular. The first clip was actually the one that had the most, because it was like we hadn't seen majority of that scene. We seen that whole Alfred, don't worry, I got this. I'll take it over. I'll take it from here. We seen that part in the trailer, but all the rest of it, we really didn't see it. I mean, we saw the Aquaman thing where he stops the water, but everything in between that, we didn't see it. So, I mean, it doesn't make me even less excited for the movie. It doesn't make me more excited. It just makes me like, okay, I'm going to go see this movie. I really don't need to see any more. Of course, I wouldn't, avoid it, but, unless I just didn't know about it. But at that point, I guess it wouldn't be avoiding it. But in any case, it was just, whatever. But, yeah, I think that's it for that. So I will be moving on to the box office. And so this, I'm happy. As you could tell by, like, just the start of this, I'm happy because the past podcast, I've been trying to get the top five movies over the weekend, trying to get them all correct with my predictions and how it ends up landing out. Now, I don't know if I'm going to end up one time or, starting to do the whole numbers thing where I'm trying to guess their opening weekend or what they're going to do. that's a whole new monster. But I may end up doing that just to kind of challenge myself a little bit more, make it a little bit more fun. But in any case, I'm happy that I got my top 5 right. And so this weekend, my predictions, matter of fact, let me tell you my predictions. My predictions were that Thor was going to take the number 1 spot. Bad Moms 2, which is a Bad Moms Christmas, was going to take the second spot. Jigsaw was going to be at number 3. Boo 2 was going to be at number 4. And Geostorm was going to fall at number 5. Now, basically, the top 5 is exactly those. Thor Ragnarok debuted at 122 million its opening weekend. And it's going to make its money back. This movie is like really like the budget was at 180, so it's gonna make its money. A Bad Moms Christmas debuted its weekend at 16 million at a budget of 28 million. It's gonna make its money back. We got Jigsaw at number 3, taking in at the number 3 spot. Wow, did I just say that twice? With 6 million, which bringing its overall total to 28 million. And then we got Tyler Perry's Boo 2, which was like a god-awful ass movie, taking the number 4 spot with 4 million, bringing it out to 42 million. And then we have rounding up the top 5, which is Geostorm, bringing in 3 million and bringing its total box office, wow, to 28 million. Wow. Okay, so yeah, this was kind of crazy. So I got my whole predictions right. I'm happy about that. I was happy when I looked at it, which was, like I said, it was a no-brainer. 2 movies are coming out, and these movies are gonna take it. These movies are gonna take it. Thor Ragnarok was actually a fun movie. I'm gonna have my review out soon. I haven't did it yet. I just been busy and tired and stuff like that, but I'm going to do my review out for it. I'm going to have a non-spoiler and spoiler this week, so look out for that. I don't know when, so don't hold me to it like, oh, it's going to drop today or drop tomorrow or Wednesday. It's going to drop soon. And then, but, you know, it was a fun movie. It was a movie where I didn't enjoy it as much as a whole bunch of other people. I had my problems with it, but it was the better of the 3 Thor films. It was. It just simply was. Where it ranks with the MCU films of this year, I'm not ready to do my whole list of like the best MCU films to date, which I'm going to do that leading up to, I don't know, I think after Infinity War, I'm going to have a top 10. My top 10 best, I'm going to have a top 10 like best MCU films. That's what I'm going to do. After Infinity War next year, I'm going to come up with that. But in any case, where it ranks with the top 3, I think it's the better one of this year. It's the better of the Thor films, and it's the better MCU. Now, I'm not counting Logan, because Logan is a Fox venture. It's a Marvel Fox venture. But when it comes to the MCU, it's Thor. Yeah, Thor ranks above them. I don't know where I would place Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 just yet, but if you want to put them all together, a top 3, or, you know, out of the 3, Thor will be number 1, because I really did like that out of all the other films, or all the other 2 films. I really did like that. I mean, Taika Waititi did a good job on that. Like I said, I did have my problems. I didn't love it like everyone else, but I really enjoyed it. I really did. When it comes to Bad Moms Christmas, I'm going to have my review out on that as well. That movie, it was okay. It was okay. I didn't think that it was the best. I'm trying to save a lot of my criticisms and stuff like that for just the initial review, because I haven't put it up yet. But you know, it was okay. You know, it was okay. But since those are the 2 new movies, and since Thor is a superhero movie, and then a Bad Moms Christmas or Bad Moms is just a recognizable property, I'm like, it's a no-brainer. It's going to take it. And then Jigsaw isn't doing like crazy amount of numbers, so it wasn't hard to think that that movie was going to drop to number 3. which isn't bad, you know. It really isn't. It had 10 million as a budget, and it's already at 28 million. It's not too high of a budget, but still, I mean, it didn't double its budget and then some, you know. So, I mean, even with the marketing, you know, they say what marketing is like half of your budget. It still made its budget plus the marketing back and then some. So I mean, it did good. They probably thought it would have did better, but I mean, shit. I mean, it did good. Tyler Perry's Boo. Yeah. Okay. So and then Geostorm. Yeah. I mean, it's no surprise these movies. You know, Geostorm was an okay movie. It was the best way I could put it, because I haven't did my review on that one yet. I know I'm slacking. I know. Shut up. But yeah, so I haven't did my review on that. But Geostorm basically is a high budget B movie, and it's not bad because the Fast and the Furious movies are basically that. They're really high budget B movies, or that's what they're. I mean, they are kind of that, but they're slowly really becoming that. With this last Fate of the Furious is kind of like a real high budget B movie. Even Furious 7 was a high budget B movie. And that's basically what Geostorm is. It's just that. It's enjoyable fun. And Tyler Perry's Boo, I didn't think it was going to do crazy numbers, you know? I didn't think it was going to do 100 million and nothing like that. It was just a stupid film just made for people that just, you know, that like that type of stuff, you know? And then the other movies that came out really wasn't anything of note. The one, Bad Grandpas. Huh. I've never heard of that one. Okay, but yeah, I'm just looking at all this stuff. I'm just going down the list. My bad. But the one of notes, I guess you could say besides that was the LBJ, and that's a movie I really didn't care to see. It came in at number 14 with $1 million. Its opening weekend, and it really doesn't have the budget on here. So yeah, I'm guessing it really didn't make its money, or you know, make its budget in any type of capacity. But in any case, I mean, I don't know, like this top 5. Of course, you know, the only real big movie that came out this past weekend was Thor, and I mean, there's nothing really more to say about it. I mean, it's whatever. So let me get into my predictions for this coming weekend. Now, there are a couple movies coming out this weekend. Really, I don't see anything, like, it's not a lot of movies coming out this weekend. But yeah, I'm going to get into the 2 movies that are coming out this weekend. So we have Murder on the Orient Express, and then we have Daddy's Home 2. Now, I'm going to get into my predictions, and then I'm going to get into the film that I'm going to give my thoughts on both of those films. So we got Thor Ragnarok taking the number 1 spot again. That's simply a no-brainer. Simply a no-brainer. Murder on the Orient Express, I believe that's going to take number 2, because I'm definitely going to go see that film. I'm definitely going to go see that. Then we got Daddy's Home 2, since that is a recognizable property. Even though it's the same as Bad Moms Christmas, it's a recognizable property. And I did enjoy the first one. I really did. I found some entertainment out of that. I found it really to be enjoyable. Then we got a Bad Moms Christmas. It's Doppelganger. Number 4, and then we're gonna have Jigsaw to round up the top 5. I could be missing another film that's coming out this weekend, but I believe that's really the 2 big films that's coming out this weekend. I mean, of course, there's gonna be like 10,000 other films coming out this weekend, but those are the 2 that's more than likely going to make it in the top 5, or have a chance to make it in the top 5, highest grossing over the weekend box office and stuff. But yeah, so that's my prediction. So number 1 is going to be Thor Ragnarok again. Number 2 is going to be the Murder on the Orient Express. Number 3 is going to be Daddy's Home 2. Number 4 is going to be A Bad Mom's Christmas. And number 5 is going to be Jigsaw. So those are my predictions. Let's see if I can continue this, make this a streak or something. But just getting into the movies real quick so I can go ahead and end this podcast. went over a little bit. The whole Justice League talk kind of like took me over. But in any case, so the movies that I'm really looking forward to, which is actually only just one, which is the Murder on the Orient Express. Now, hearing this before I saw the trailer, it really didn't intrigue me. I was just like, okay, this is just another movie, this and that, blah blah. But then when I saw the first trailer, I'm like, yo, this look like it's gonna be good. I don't know if it is, but it looks like it's going to be good. I was kind of like intrigued by it. I'm like, yo, I'm definitely gonna go see this. And seeing the trailers afterwards, the TV spots, I'm like, yo, I'm definitely gonna go see this. I really. You got Daisy Ridley up in there. She hasn't really did too much outside of Star Wars, but you can tell that she's trying to do a lot. But I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, Daddy's Home, like I said, I enjoyed the first one. The second one, I was intrigued by it until I saw Bad Moms trailer, and I'm like, damn, these two movies are the same. So it's like, this movie might change, might change my perception. I might end up seeing Daddy's Home 2 and might end up loving the movie. I might think it even is better than the first one. But for right now, the only movie that I'm really looking forward to is the Murder on the Orient Express. But don't get me wrong, I'm definitely going to see Daddy's Home 2. I'm definitely going to go see that. I may go see it like Sunday. But Murder on the Orient Express is going to take priority. So I'm really looking forward to that. And so with that said, I am going to end this podcast before it goes any further or any longer, put it like that. And thank you guys for listening, man. I'm going to have probably about one or two more Take One podcasts this week. I don't know. I know I've been slacking a little bit. I have my spoiler review or my spoiler cast of The Gifted from last week dropping this week, and I'm gonna have my spoiler cast for The Walking Dead from last night dropping this week as well. Today it should be up right now. And then I'm gonna have my Triple W podcast that was supposed to be released last week or this past weekend is dropping today. I just been behind. I work 2 jobs. I have a child, and it's a lot, man. It's a lot on me. I was dead tired, and it's just a lot of stuff. It's just a lot of craziness, But in any case, I'm going to be trying to do a whole bunch this week to do some catching up. As you know, I haven't dropped any of the newer movies out lately. The only newer movie that I dropped lately was Jigsaw, which you can find it on my channel, the non-spoiler and spoiler review. Go ahead and check that out. And I think that's really about it. Everything else in the description below, check that out. If you like this video, go ahead and hit them thumbs up. Well, it's probably just one thumb, but just hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then turn your notifications. That way you'll be notified for anything that drops on my channel. And I'm just going to end it right there. So thank you guys again. I'll catch you guys on the next one, episode 53. Peace.